Yes, I have a question. Well, speaking of water levels going down, my grandfather ran the water plant in Valdosta, and he said that the original water in Valdosta was artesian. It just bubbled out of the ground like you're talking about at Troopville. And at the farm where we now live, the water they used to use was hand-dug wells, maybe 20 feet deep. But my father had one that was 50. Then he had to put in one that was 150. Ours is now 260 feet deep. And that well field you mentioned before for Valdosta is 800 feet deep. Now, that's partly because they're trying to get underneath the Withlacoochee unsuccessfully, as you pointed out. But yes, it's sinking. And one of the perhaps practical effects of this is sinkholes. For example, we've just been notified by a neighbor that he's got a sinkhole in his garage. And you may wonder, how does it fit in his garage? Well, it's like underneath the concrete. It's heading towards his house. And it's in his front yard, and it's underneath the shed in the backyard. And I'm wondering, do you know of any sinkhole expert, and I don't mean necessarily the geologist, as a geologist here at DSU that does that, but expert as in how to deal with, like, can he get some sort of assistance to move his house or things of that nature?
I do not.
Oh, anybody else? Anybody? Well, if you do, we're very interested.
You can get sinkhole insurance.
He thinks he's covered. We hope he is.
Okay. No, I don't. I think monitor any proposed development in your county. I don't care if you're in Lowndes County or Berrien County or Tift County or Madison or Hamilton or whatever. Monitor the development. What's the water consumption that's going to come out of that? Anything like that, because water level, I mean, the descriptions of some of the springs that existed on the Withlacoochee in the 19th century just make them sound like paradise. Well, they're gone. And much of that is just, pumping out the aquifer and so on. We just consume a heck of a lot of water. And when you've got a little river, that little river is even more threatened, at least visually, as far as taking that, its water levels away. When I started exploring the Withlacoochee, I could put in at Highway 37 south of Nashville and paddle down through there. There was enough water in 2005 and 6 to paddle that. With the droughts in the last few years, I mean, you couldn't even paddle it south of 84 Bridge. You could walk down the middle of it. It's so dry. It's not until you got down into Florida with spring flow coming in and so forth. Now, we've had very unusual weather, so those averages of 50 inches a year and flow rates and so on are, again, historical averages. But some of the prettiest paddles were up here in Georgia back in 2005 and 2006 when you could actually go through there. You might have some deadfalls and pull your kayak over. But it was just gorgeous. But what was it, 2010 or 11, I went up to Sheriff's Boys Ranch and they gave me a tour along the river there. You could practically walk down the middle of the river where I paddled years before. So, it's rough. John, thank you.